Hey, Nico.
How are you?
Good. Good to see you. We'll get started. First question comes from Andrew. Go ahead, Andrew.
And Nico, I remember in the middle of the season, you felt like you wanted to come to the Clippers because you guys shared a similar redemption story in your mind. What was the last year like, and how do you view your future as you enter free agency?
Back in November, if someone would have told me that I would have still playing basketball late June and compete for something big and play and be on the court and play, like I would not believe it because I was in a really tough spot and a really bad place mentally a couple of months ago. And now where I am, like where I am right now, it's just incredible. And it's a blessing what happened to me this year. I can't thank enough the Clippers organization for giving me a chance to be a basketball player again. And I wasn't pretty sure what I could have done, what I could do this year. And they gave me a chance to be a player again. And it's a blessing for me.
Thanks. We'll go next to Shane.
Hey, Nico. Hope all is well. Obviously, PG has been a really good playoff performer in the past as well. But, what did you see, specifically and personally, grow from him this year? Like, what did you see him improve on?
Just talk about the playoff. The first round, Kawhi was amazing against the Mavs, especially game 6. And, PG did his job because he knew what Kawhi was doing. He was doing his job. And so it's for sure, like when Kawhi went down, he had to take over. And he did in a good way, in a big way. I mean, in game 5 and in Utah and then the rest of the series and even this series, the numbers don't lie. It was amazing. Carriers, the last game in Phoenix, all those games, he has been unbelievable. And I don't really care what people say about that guy. I think he redeemed himself and he showed like he's a big time player in this league. And he deserves everything, all the praise in the world because, I'm a big fan of his. And I'm very happy for him. That he could really show the world like who he is.
Thanks. We'll go next to Charlie.
Hey, Nico. When you got here, a lot of people talked about how you were the glue guy, the connector. I'd love your perspective on how through the course of all the adversity of this season from COVID and injuries and everything, this team seemed to really stay together to the end. How do you think that happened?
We had to do it. We had no choice. We had injuries during the season. I had guys to step up. Some guys had to play more. Some guys had to play less. The roles and positions been different. And I think we stuck together. The group we had this year would find a way to stick together. And that was kind of my job too, to make sure everything connects. Some game I was supposed to play the 5, some game I played 4, some game I have to do this, some game I have to do that. And that's to make sure that by doing that, the rest of the group was good to perform. And I think we did a good job. So we fell short. Of course, we wanted to keep playing one more series and win it. But, we can be proud of what we've done this year.
Just finishing the season in front of a packed house last night, can you maybe think back to what it was like in the beginning of the year and empty arena and then cardboard cutouts and what that journey was like?
That's what I say after when we beat Utah after game 6. This is what basketball is all about. It's 10 guys competing on the court with 20,000 people cheering. In the stands. So that's why we play that sport too, to get this connection in these moments, those moments with the fans, and that's what we want. When you make big plays and you got the crowd cheering for you or on the road against you because they can get you going as well. That's why we play this game too.
Thanks. Next to Om.
Hey, Nico. I was wondering, you guys were rarely healthy this season, but I was wondering, was there a point in the season or in this playoff run that you thought, man, this is how good we can be. This is what we can look like And when was that? And what were you thinking about the potential of this team?
I mean, of course, if we have no injuries, maybe this would have been different, but we never know. And then we can't use that as excuses because if the Lakers were at the Brooklyn or now Milwaukee, I mean, if the story would have been different, maybe. We don't know, we never know. That's why Phoenix is a good team because, and congrats to them because they gave them credit because they find a way to go through adversity. So, but we could have, maybe the story would have been different. Maybe we miss Kawhi, miss Serge, we miss Zoo, three big key to our team, but we still almost, we could have done it anyway. But like I said, all year long, we had injuries. I think that helped us. That's why maybe one of the only team got a lot of injuries to move on because we played that like that all year long. So we're not really surprised when that happened. So, well, okay, what can we do? Okay, we knew what we have to do. We know, okay, now PG is shorter. Now Mook got to step up. Reggie got to do this. Nico got to do that. Team and Luke. So, I mean, that kind of helped us, I say, but if we could avoid that and have the full strengths and the whole team would have been better for sure.
Besides health, is there anything you can think of that this team can use, whether it's an intangible or whether it's something that's added to personnel? Is there something that this team could use coming back next season?
I don't know. I mean, we're not that team, that situation. That was a crazy year, COVID year, short season. Like, I think if we get back to our normal schedule, we're still going to be back to normal and different.
Thanks. We have time for one more. Go ahead, Tomer.
Hey, Nico, good to see you. Congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, you know, you and Reggie specifically developed a really incredible bond with the fans. Every year that they're cheering Nico, you got the Batum Battalion behind you. Reggie got, Reggie chants last night and throughout the playoffs. How will that kind of, response and connection, I mean, does that kind of thing affect maybe your decision in free agency to return at all?
Of course. It wasn't the case the last 2 years for me, so that was pretty good to have some support like that. I mean, that was fair. I deserve it, but the last 2 years, but the Batum Battalion, I mean, I wasn't expect that. It was pretty cool. And the fan in general, like, they welcome me with open arms. I know there are some doubts about me when I got here, but the way then they greet me, they welcome me, my family. I mean, that was great. And I can't thank them enough because that was a great year. It was a special year for me. And like I said earlier, I mean, I had no idea I could end up that way, being a basketball player and being loved by a fan base again. So it was special for a special year. I still can't believe it, to be honest. I love it. So thank you, guys.
Do you feel like you surprised maybe even yourself with the way you played this year? I mean, playing 40 minutes at some point in the playoffs, small ball lineups. You said you were obviously watching Draymond and those kind of guys to learn. Did you surprise yourself with how well you played this year?
A little bit, yes. I mean, kind of, because when you start like listening all the noise outside, and then you say, maybe I'm done for sure. And you come back and you're playing that way, and the team will play for something. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not that bad, actually. I'm not done. So I was kind of surprised sometimes. Maybe people were wrong about me. And I was wrong about myself, maybe.
Thank you, Nico. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good summer.